If you want to gain loads and loads of Fortitude crystals, you are in the right place. With more than 1,000 hours of experience, I tested all of the possible spots for Fortitude crystal farming, so I can give you 5 of the absolute best methods to farm Fortitude crystals in the latest DLC. You will learn how to gain 600 to 800 worth of Fortitude crystals per hourly runs, so you can be truly overpowered and max all of your weapons in the fastest time possible. And nothing really changed when it comes to the general farming spot in the base game, and players who just started playing recently can still take advantage of the shedding light on a pillar quest. This spot will allow players to farm Fortitude crystals while defending a hallowed ground or the main crystal for this mission from low-level enemies. Unlock this spot by progressing through the extreme difficulty quests of the base game, and you are good to go. I will not be suggesting any specific farming build yet, since almost every setup will work in here. But I do suggest running with ranged characters, especially when auto-farming. And as usual, the best ranged characters in the base game are Rakam, Eugen, and Toyen. And you can never go wrong choosing any of these characters. You will be seeing me play a DLC character later, just for demonstration purposes only, so keep that in mind. If you are a beginner and want to know how to set up your auto-farming runs, head to your menu, Access System, select Game Options, and then choose the Gameplay menu. And then set the assist mode to full assist mode. The loading screen skip setting should be set to always skip, and quest cutscene auto skip should be set to always skip. When it comes to the actual method, your characters need to defend the hallowed ground or the crystal from waves of enemies until the time runs out. Then the mission will be cleared. Upon completing your first mission, set your runs on auto repeat, which will then last for 10 consecutive runs. Each shedding light on a pillar farming run takes about 4 minutes and 30 seconds, while counting reset and loading times included, since the game is not really counting it. And you will be getting 73 medium Fortitude crystals on average, and 7 large Fortitude crystals. In an hour of consistent farming, we are looking at 949 medium Fortitude crystals and 91 of the large ones. But if you simply want more gains per hour, then you might want to consider the next spot. The Ruse and Rain method is still hands down the best Fortitude crystal farming spot in the base game. This method will allow you to farm a huge amount of large Fortitude crystals by just defeating 2 consecutive Griffon bosses. But the biggest caveat of this spot is that it is only exclusive to active play, so consider that as well. I will also be skipping build suggestion for this spot, since pretty much any mid to late game setup in the base game can easily clear this mission. The actual method, on the other hand, will only require you to kill the initial set of enemies and navigate the straightforward level until you reach the boss arena. Then clear both of the Griffons as fast as you can to rinse and repeat. Depending on how strong your current setup is, each run usually takes around 2 minutes and 40 seconds to 3 minutes and 30 seconds. This is with reset and loading times included as usual. So in an hour of consistent farming, expect 34 to 46 medium Fortitude crystals and a great amount of 442 to 600 worth of large Fortitude crystals. But what if you want another method that you can auto-farm and give you even more gains compared to this spot? The next spot is for you. And if you are getting value so far, subscribe to the channel. Liking the video and engaging in the comments helps me more than you can imagine. Join our Discord server and team up with other players and help us build our community. The survival of the fittest is no doubt the best spot overall when it comes to Fortitude crystal gains per hour. This spot will allow you to farm a ton of Ahriman in survival missions, which is perfect for both auto and active farming sessions. Expect a whopping 780 Fortitude crystals per hour in here, making it the best when it comes to raw gains as mentioned. Are you kidding me, Samurai? This is by far the fastest way to gain Fortitude crystals in the game. Why did you place it in the top 3 spot? And pretty much aware of this, my dear viewer, but I want you to hold this thought for now, as I do have a good reason why this is not the best overall method in the game, which I will explain when exploring the next upcoming spots. Even though we're already in a DLC territory, I will still save my build suggestions. This mission is pretty easy to be honest, and any well-progressed characters or setup can run this mission without any issue. Just make sure to get any possible upgrades as you can before spending your time in here. And if you find yourself struggling for some reason, you are welcome to hire a high-level character from another player. This will help you streamline the mission itself. And you can borrow another player's character by simply heading to the quest counter and choosing any high-level character you wish to run with. And the actual method is pretty straightforward as usual. Survive the wave of Arimans till the timer runs out to complete the said mission. As simple as that. And if you are running an auto farming team, expect a stable performance across the board, especially if you are running with Eustace as your main character. And each run takes around 4 minutes and 40 seconds, including reset and loading times into the mix, giving you an average of 65 large Fortitude crystals per attempt. Doing this run consistently for an hour, expect a whopping 780 to 800 large Fortitude crystals per hour. And as mentioned previously, nothing really beats your hourly crystal gains in here, but the next two spots are way far better use of your time. If you just started the DLC, let me tell you, my dear viewer, that Endless Ragnarok changed endgame farming by a ton. You are not just farming for raw currency now to progress your characters, but you also need to pay great attention to your summoning crystals. These summon stones are usually the ones that make your characters broken, since these summoning crystals can give you level 15 traits along with broken passives such as damage cap increase. So basically, they are an extension of your character builds, as you can treat these summoning crystals as 4 additional slots. So it is in your best interest to find missions that will not only give you the key currency that you are looking for, but also give you the chance to farm broken summoning crystals simultaneously. And this is the reason why I don't really see the survival of the fittest as the be-all and all spot. And I am telling you, you will be spending days upon days just to find good summoning crystals, so why not pick a good spot that can give you Fortitude crystals in the process. And the 4 Dragons of Apocalypse is the second best spot on this list, giving you the chance to get not only good amount of Fortitude crystals, but also a great amount of mastery points and great summoning crystals. And you will be unlocking the 4 Dragons of Apocalypse quest by beating the main story of the DLC. And these highlighted quests in gold will appear as your final missions in the Chaos++ difficulty. At this point, you've already unlocked Mastery Trait level 30, and bosses in post-game are a little bit challenging without a proper build. So it is time to optimize our farming builds. And if you prefer active farming, you can easily adjust your setup based on my builds in here, and change some of the sigils to quality of life sigils, such as improved dodge, potion hoarders, and the like. My auto farming team is Eustace, Siegfried, Eugen, and adding Fediel to the mix. My summoning crystals at the time of this recording are not really optimized, along with some other parts of my build. But if you have better summoning crystals than mine, feel free to slot them in. Eustace is going to be the main character in all of the remaining methods, and equipped with max ascension weapons, and I'm showing you the exact sigils and traits he has, which are optimized for full auto runs. And he will do the best things as usual, raining down an insane amount of damage on enemies with little to no downtime with his setup. Siegfried, on the other hand, is going to be the main stunner of the team, one of the absolute best AIs in the game currently. And this Ragnarok places great importance on stunning enemies, and stun is actually the meta now. And Siegfried can output an insane amount of stun damage because of his kit, while also outputting insane amount of damage that sometimes can score way higher than Eustace. And I cannot stress how Eugen's AI behavior went to God tier in the DLC, dealing consistent insane amount of damage across the board that can rival Eustace and Siegfried. Aside from his insane damage, he can also debuff enemies with poison and defense down, which is very important in the current meta, because debuff stacks multiple times on a single target in the current version of the game. Fediel is the main buffer of the team, as she can provide attack damage boosting buffs. She can pull her weight when it comes to damage as well, but her debuffing capabilities are what shines in this setup. She can apply defense down debuffs on enemies, which affects the whole team. This makes your entire party output even more damage. And of course, it is not required for you to create a whole farming team just to farm in this spot. You can always go online and play with other players if you prefer to focus on a single character. When it comes to the actual method, the fight will require you to beat 1 dragon at a time, then require you to beat 2 dragons in the same fight. And the auto lineup that I asked you to make never failed once in all of my testing, so you will be getting stable results in the process. Of course, if you run this mission manually, you will be getting faster clear times as usual, just like on any other farming spot. Each one takes 7 to 8 minutes in-game, but the actual runtime would be 12 minutes and 10 seconds when you count the cycle and loading times. Manual fights were around 9 minutes and 30 seconds or lesser without really trying hard. And of course, a team with full terminus weapons or a very late game setup can clear this fight in under 3 minutes. If you do this consistently for an hour, we are looking at 365 mastery points from auto runs and 511k MSP when actively farming, while also giving you 280 Fortitude Crystal Large. Not only that, this spot will also give you the chance to get the following summoning crystals as mentioned, and you will also be getting legendary right stones as well. And after careful consideration, I firmly believe that the Myths Are Real quest is a by far better spot when we consider the summoning crystal drops. The Summon Crystal Behemoth is one of the highly sought after crystals in the game as of now because of the Stout Heart main trait it provides. The Stout Heart trait is part of the meta now since this trait will allow certain characters to perform optimally in fights. And you've guessed it, the Myths Are Real quest gives you the chance to farm Behemoth Summoning Crystal, which offers the said main trait. You will be unlocking this quest along with the 4 Dragons of Apocalypse as the final missions of the Chaos++ difficulty. And when it comes to the actual method, the build that I asked you to make can easily perform here without question. The auto setup will destroy the Brightbone Ragnalia and its minion without a hassle and have a 100% chance of success. Auto farming usually takes around 3 minutes and 18 minutes in-game, but it usually doesn't count the loading times. So manually timing it for about 5 minutes and 47 seconds with the setup that I asked you to make. This gives you 32k raw mastery points per run and 25 Fortitude Crystal Large and Summoning Crystals. This gives you a whopping 326k mastery points when auto farming and 456k mastery points when actively farming per hourly run. But the main banger in here is the 250 to 350 large Fortitude Crystals that you can get from here, along with a chance to get the Great Behemoth Summoning Crystals that can help your character progression big time. So this spot will allow you to spend your time in the best way possible and farm like there's no tomorrow. But what if you want to know the greatest mistakes that you should avoid in the game? This video will teach you everything you need to know. And with that, I'm the Samurai. Thank you for watching and I will catch you on the next one.